Hey, what is going on there YouTube? This is the Gaming Guy, and today I am going to bring you to a video which is how to sell on StockX, or maybe the other way around, how to sell on StockX. Just for an example for this video, or for the purpose of this video, as an example, I have used this pair of Air Max 1 Anniversary Red, the restock version, as the item that I am selling on StockX. Now I'll probably switch to a different camera to do some of the explaining, but for the main part, for a couple of things that I will cover during that, is that StockX will ask you when it comes to this specific pair, whether you have the 2017 original release or whether you have the restock pair. When it comes to this, for the style code that is in the corner, the last 3 digits on the restock pair will read 103, whereas the original will read 100. So yeah, that is all that it is. When it comes to this pair, I bought them initially to resell, and then they have just sort of sat there for nearly 2 years now. So that is why they are just going to go, and because I want to get a different pair of shoes anyway, these ones are just going to go for the purpose of this video. I haven't actually taken these out like ever, but yeah, here they are. So this is the restock pair. They are really clean, but I went through my phase of wearing Air Maxes, and now I have gone out of that phase, you know, and yeah, they're just not really my thing anymore. But now I'm going to go through the process of how you sell on StockX, how you go through like listing your items. It's not really like anything like eBay or Depop, it's more like an instant buy or sell sort of process. One of the recommendations that I would say before we just go through anything is that when it comes to a lowest ask and a highest bid, if the difference is like 30 or 40 pounds, maybe it's even more than that, maybe it's like 100 difference, then you can definitely undercut and fit into the gap and hopefully make some people bid higher, because a lot of people have notifications on. With the notifications on, they will see that, say, like the lowest ask has come down, so they might increase their bid, and somebody else might have had the highest bid, so as of this, they will then get like outbid, and they will then increase their ask as well, so it will keep going up bit by bit. Now sometimes it doesn't go up by a lot, because this pair took about 8 hours to sell or just go completely. So yeah, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it can definitely make you more profit than if you were to take the original like payout price. With this pair specifically, I thought that I had the UK 10.5. I actually have the US 10.5, which for me was a bit better, because when it comes to these, the payout that I was going to get for UK 10.5, which is US 11.5, was going to be like £4 loss, whereas because I actually have a really decent size, they're going for above retail, which for me, I was quite surprised at, so yeah.
Okay, so obviously this video is to help out people who have never sold on StockX before, or people who sell in general on like Depop, Grailed and other websites and just aren't familiar with StockX. So I'm going to be breaking it down for you. Obviously, when you go onto the website, you can go and look at their general information, their like tips and tricks and how you should sell and different things like that. But we're just going to get straight into it and just go straight onto my item, which is the Anniversary Red pair, which I showed during the intro recording. Now, at the time of when I was obviously first looking to sell these, and there is the style code as a thing just as well. And here is the style code for the original release. So for the time that I was looking to sell these, the US 10.5, the highest bid was £143, which isn't bad in the end, but the most recent sale was £171. Now, me being me, I was just sort of wanting a quick sale. Now here I just have to confirm that I've got the restock pair, but I was just wanting a quick sale, to be honest. If I was going to sell now for 143, I would have received £116, which isn't bad. It's still nearly like 16-17 pounds profit overall, but it's not really what I was wanting. I was wanting a bit more, so I ended up listing it for £155, which would give me £127.13. Now, to be honest, I should have probably just put it in at about 165, because then I might have been able to bring the price up a little bit and maybe got some other people's pairs sold as well. But it is what it is in the end. I listed it for what I listed it for, and that's just me being me. I was undercutting by a solid £16, which is literally like 4 times the amount that people actually undercut people for, because people normally only go by about £2 or £3 at a time, maybe even £4 at a time undercutting. But oh well, I listed it up. There it is for your ask is live for 155, and now when you go on and look, it is now live. So I started that, or I listed that at like 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon, and literally within a couple of minutes the 143 was then £147 bid. So yeah, it says 0 minutes because it was literally as I went onto my emails, it was there a minute after I listed the item. So yeah, the bid has already come up by £4, which is pretty decent. Moving on from there, I just wanted to go into some of the settings that they have for the notifications, because you do have a lot of notifications on, a lot of them off. And yeah, this is just in case you wanted something's on, something's off for when you receive emails and different things like that. I also like the side order that they've got at the bottom. And then obviously if you're new to their website, at the bottom when you scroll down, you get all of the popular releases to do with the shoes or streetwear and sneakers in general. So moving on from that, I go onto my profile. Obviously I have never sold on my account on StockX before. I always sell through my brother, but after you get 100 sales, I believe it is, you can have then instant payout and 8% transaction fee instead of 9.5. And after I buy a couple more items, I can then get the shipping for free. So the shoes that I want are on the right hand side, just in case. So that's what I am just like comparing at this point in time. But yeah, as you can see, I dropped StockX a refresh and my ask has gone. Now the highest bid is £150. And yeah, they have sold just like that. They are completely gone. So now we can go onto the emails, and literally it was like a bidding war over like the 8-hour or so duration of people just going up by £1 or £2 at a time until finally someone bought it. And then they just give you the reminder of the processes that you need to print the labels, print the other labels, package it, send it, they authenticate it, then they release the money to you, they ship it to the buyer, and everything's good. So originally I was looking at the prices, obviously, of the shoes I want to get being the Tailwinds are £94. So instead of £127 being the sale price, it's going to be £125.37. And instead of £27 and 17p profit, it's going to be £25.42, which isn't too bad in the end. I mean, after getting the shoes as well, that'll then still be like £30 back overall. Going into a little breakdown of things, for the 9.5%, that comes out to £14.54p. The processing fee is £4.59, and obviously shipping is £8.50. Overall, that turns out to be £27.63, which is 12.5%, not including the shipping. If I was to then add on the shipping, that'd be an extra 5.5%, I would say, which comes out to be 18% overall. So about 20% of my overall amount has gone to the fees and the shipping, which isn't terrible. Obviously, the more that you sell, the less that they take away, and that is that. We now have the shipping instructions and what I need to do. They do break it down in a really easy way. I'll leave everything like this in the comment section so that people can go through and read step by step instead of having to watch this entire video, because I know some people don't want to. They just want like a short and snappy tutorial, but unfortunately I had like 40 minutes of footage, and that is that. So yeah, they have all of their steps. They talk about the tape, bubble wrap and everything to keep things safe, and then just congratulate you. I do blur some of this just towards the end just because it's too difficult to try to cover up, because I've been covering everything up. I did just want to say, obviously I do the sort of price breakdown, but it's obviously quite obvious to people that when you have the 9.5% and the 3%, that's 12.5%, and that's that. So yeah, I don't really know why I broke that down, but I just did in the end. Now we're on to shipping.
So now we're going to go through the whole packaging process and everything. They do list a ton of things that they want you to do or don't want you to do in the end. So yeah, we're just going to do our best to follow what they say, and yeah. They do put that when you do come to shipping your items, they have updated this as of like the last couple of months, but basically if you're shipping something like a tea or any small sort of item, you can just put it into a bag and just send it to them. I'd recommend one of the bags you can get at a post office or a store where it's literally you don't have to use any tape and you can just pull a seal off and then it just seals down and tapes down that way. This just avoids any issues when sending it to them. However, when it does come to a larger item like a pair of shoes or a pair of sneakers, then you do have to ship it in a box. They have a recommendation that there's no more than, I think it's like 5 inches on either side or 2 inches on either side, something like that, and that they want them to be bubble wrapped. So yeah, normally when you order from a company anyway, you'll get like the brown paper and stuff with your pair, so it's best just to send them back in the box that you got them with and remove any other labels that they've got. But yeah, we are going to package this pair and get it ready because there are a couple of pieces that are meant to go with the item before you close the box. And yeah, let's just get through that. So yeah, now we are moving on to the shipping process. Now obviously, when it comes to a box this size, you know, you're not going to be putting it in something like this. You know, it just doesn't work like that. That's far too big. So I have found a box, fortunately, that I've got that I think is the right size. So I've obviously printed off the 2 things here, one of which, as they say, is just literally include this on the inside of the box itself, and it literally means inside the actual box. So that is just going to go in there now, and then this one, all I'm going to do is literally just tape the entire thing and just cover up obviously the top part which says attach this, and yeah, just tape that to the box as well. From there, I just need to go to a UPS drop-off point, but yeah, let's just package this up first. Now, fortunately, the box that I'm going to use already has like paper and little, I think they're styrofoam pellets inside. So to be honest, I'm already covered on that aspect of keeping it safe. But yeah, let's just put this in and package it up. So first thing that obviously you need to do is just put the sheet inside that it says to include it inside the box, just like that, and that is done. The next thing is literally to put it in and then tape it up, and that is that. So with that in mind, I'm literally going to take some of this brown tape out, or brown paper out, put the shoes in, nice and easy. They ask for, you know, that specific like gap on either side, but I will sort that like gap out in a minute, to be honest. I'm just going to remove all this stuff, move it into place, and then sort the gap sort of stuff out, which I can do now. Now, one thing that StockX do put is that they want you to follow, I guess, a method of sorts, which is like this 6-strip or H letter method, which is literally a strip down the middle and then 2 across. I'm gonna go more 3 strips and then 1 down the middle, just because that's how I do it normally. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that now, and I will blur a bit of this because obviously it's got details on it. So yeah. Now in this case, I am going to be using brown tape. They say that they don't want you to use cellophane tape or masking tape or duct tape or anything. Just basically brown tape is the easiest way to put it, or it's called packaging tape. So yeah, I recommend just getting a couple of rolls of this because it will save you some hassle. I don't know if they're so strict on what they do, but yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so now that I've basically taped it up, I am just going to tape on the piece where they scan at the UPS drop-off point, and that's it pretty much. And yeah, that concludes this being packaged, I suppose is the best way to put it. But yeah, now it's just time to take it to a UPS drop-off, and that is it. Then I just have to wait 2 days, and then I can update you on the other process or the other details that come with this.
Now obviously you have to take your item to a UPS drop-off point. I'll leave the link to that in the description as well because they're very easy and there are a ton of them. But obviously my item has been picked up. Literally, I'm going to show everything on here, but it was like dropped off at 1:34 and then it was collected at 1:47, which I find like crazy. And then the day came to being the day after being, well, yesterday being Wednesday, and I received my payout like that. It was literally 20 hours or so, or under 24 hours. They received it, authenticated it, and gave me my payout just like that, which I find like quite quick, to be honest. I know some people have an instant payout, but to have it sold and everything gone and everything sorted within like a day isn't bad at all. But yeah, there is my payout amount, 125.37. I'm going to use that to hopefully get a pair of the tailwinds, which is tomorrow. But by the time this video's out, it would have been a couple of days ago. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, that'd be much appreciated. Other than that, this is the fastest way that I can go through selling an item on StockX. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Peace.